pop-up 999 show art night. Like, sub if you like the content. If you're watching this on the replay, feel free to turn the speed up to like 1.25 or 1.5. And so I started painting this a little bit earlier today. The drawing I did a while ago. I don't know how long ago. Uh-oh, my colors all fell out. Wonderful. Wasn't expecting that to happen. I think it's like this. I guess we'll have to find out to see which one goes back where. Luckily, I have this little card here. Yellow over goes here. I think that's probably right there. I think this red goes here. And that one goes there. And what else do we got here? I think this is a green. And I don't know. I really don't know. This probably goes here. All right. Sorry about that. Wasn't expecting that. But this is my watercolor set. It is a Van Gogh pocket box. And so we're just going to go work on this a bit more. For some reason, my painting scheme here reminds me of the Mary of Guadalupe. I don't have a image of Mary of Guadalupe here exactly. So I was working on, I guess, yellows. In watercolor, you can go, you start light and then you go up a shade or two. So I'm going to just put this one in here. The light that's coming off of the lamp. An inner light. An inner light. Let's put a little water over here. The inner light. The mystical light. It's a lamp. Hello. Hello, Razulo. Yasuf, welcome. It's a light that needs neither wick nor fuel. Jorge, welcome. Welcome, Jorge. Thank you very much. It is it's an image of a hermit gazing at a lamp. A lamp. Thank you. I drew this. It's based upon this image over here, which I'll take out and show you. So this is the model. It's a and I hand drew that using a charcoal. And now we're painting it, so I can paint it my own colors and give it my own energy. It's both. It is both. I do not make enough money as an artist to cover all my expenses, but I do earn money as an artist. So how about that? So it's like I'm not I am an amateur, but I'm not an amateur. Does that make any sense? So I do art sales. I sell my art, but I don't sell enough to make a full living. Yeah, that's the best way I can say it. So yeah. Hi, Early Ritual, welcome. I'm just working on I'm just going to put some of these yellow flecks in here. Welcome, Tom. Are you going to come on my show sometime, Tom? Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. I got this sketchbook because it fits exactly in this space, but this is not watercolor paper. This is a Hermit. My favorite color, I would have to say my favorite color is neon yellow, or I like really bright yellow. All right, all right. Um, this is this is a Hermit. It is a it is a Hermit tarot card, but the Hermit is a, you know, I have an Azu yellow in here. I think it's this one here, but I don't know. All my colors fell out, and so I had to put them back in. Welcome, silly guy. So your birthday and you're 10, huh? Well, maybe. Oh, you're 19. Okay, well that sounds more like it, because you know kids aren't really shouldn't be out like you shouldn't be out with cruising around on the internet at 10 years old. Jeez, what was I doing at 10 years old? There was no internet when I was 10 years old. And there was no internet when I was 19 years old either. So you're out, are you out trolling people? My age, I'm an old person. I'm I don't really need to say what my age is, but I'm putting this. I paint like somebody who uses acrylics. Mr. Rogers from Bangladesh, welcome. I used to watch the Mr. Rogers show. My mother says it was my favorite show when I was like 3 years old. Let's see. Let's just paint this yellow down in here and give it a little yellow on the ground here. And then I'll paint another color, like some yellow ochre over it, just to give it a little dimensionality. Yeah, I've haven't really been out of the United States. I mean, except a long time ago, I traveled to Israel a long time ago, and with a college tour. But it was just after I finished graduating, and I was a religious studies student in college, and I studied mathematics as well. But so earlier this afternoon, I put down a lot of these the shapes to give it this dynamic, sort of the dynamism here. I like this, the flames of blue coming out from around them. It really reminds me of the Mary of Guadalupe. I know that I have a Mary of Guadalupe someplace. Not there. I want to see. Maybe I do. Well, Yasuf, like I say, I haven't really. A long time ago, I traveled to Israel, and I spent a month there. And I'm looking for my. I know I have a. It's right here. And Yeah, here we go. Maria Guadalupe. And then that's the only time Israel to Israel. So here is a Maria Guadalupe. This is a Maria Guadalupe, and this is not. This is a hermit card, and so I guess I was inspired by this image of the Maria Guadalupe, and when I didn't really think about that, but when I started putting the color down, it seemed to me it was just like a Maria Guadalupe, in that sense of the Mary of Guadalupe has all of this energy radiating around her, and this is a South American iconic image. I used to know the story of it, but I apologize. It's been 20 years since I've read the story about the Maria Guadalupe. And then we'll come over here and pick up some of this yellow ochre. I'll put it over here. Get that in here. And well, anyway, and this tonight's kind of a bit of an experiment to see how this thin paper works with watercolors. It's because, as you can see, this paper is buckling because it's drawing paper and it's not painting paper. If you're going to be using watercolors, you want a little bit of a thicker paper that can absorb the water and absorb things. And so in this drawing, this guy is a hermit. He has a staff, and he has this lamp. But this lamp is is a very unique lamp. The lamp of the hermit does not need it doesn't need any fuel to burn, and so it is the inner light of God, and that fuels this lamp. And so it's metaphorically representative of, yes, what's your question? It's metaphorically representative of that light that we all have within, but this guy is spending his time just gazing at his light rather than sharing that light into the world. What do you mean? What is my dream? My dream, the dream that I have had for most of my life, is to be able to make a living as an artist. So not just is to be fully employed and as an artist in one fashion or another, where it was my primary source of income, not a secondary source. Did I dream this painting? No, I did not dream this. I did not dream this. This is the model that I used. It's a tarot card, and it's the 9th card in the tarot deck, and so I didn't have this dream, but I do have ideas on what this all means, as far as if you are just looking at, instead of like thinking, oh, I'm gonna like read you your tarot cards, and you're gonna see, oh, will my girlfriend come back to me, and oh, will this, well, I'm not really, in this moment, I'm not really doing that. What I'm doing is reflecting on what this image means and what it means to me. And so what it means to me is that this is a guy who has this lamp, and he's staring at this lamp, and rather than sharing that lamp, that light with the world, is just sort of staying there and just watching it. So you know, be like a lamp on a hill. And how many times, and in the one of the persons who came up with the Rider-Waite tarot, uh, Arthur Edward Waite, was a well, I'm probably am not gonna make the skin I'm probably gonna make the skin a different color. Probably not black, and certainly I'm not gonna make the skin tone. I might go into one of my watercolor pencils and do like silver skin. I would like to make the color blue, like a Hindu god, like that, a blue like that. That's kind of what I was kind of thinking. Like a black woman, but yeah. Maybe. All right, I will think about that. NF, welcome. You're working hard. Okay, welcome. I haven't got to the skin yet, so I'm still kind of working down here on the ground the hermit is standing on, and so kind of thinking, I don't know, that's what I'm kind of thinking about. Kind of standing on a rock, keeping the light to yourself. Yeah. And so there are different ways. So back in the 1800s, in the Golden Dawn, which was a UK, a London sort of an exclusive club-like group, like the Freemasons or something like that. And an art rap? I don't know what that means. I'm not a... Let's go make the staff here. No, let's go put his clothes. Maybe we'll have some different colored clothes. I don't think it should be a black robe. Brown. I can make a brown. Why don't I do that? I can do a layered effect. Let's just see what happens. Let's go move into this, and we'll run some different colors in. And oh, I get you. Well, a long time ago, I used to. I did slam. Well, I tried to do slam poetry. I just don't have that hip hop like rhythm, and so I was singing in a Catholic gospel choir, and it wasn't until I was singing in a Catholic gospel choir a long time ago, because I'm a Roman Catholic and a Lutheran. So, but a Christian. I kind of identify as myself as a Christian mystic, and versus just a regular mainline Christian. And so so by calling myself a Christian mystic, thank you. So that's kind of how I identify my spirituality, because I was born into a Christian family, but I had a different experience and a different experience. And so that's his beard. And so let's try this anyways. And if I go and add some green into this, welcome, Walk, welcome, Becky, welcome. And so was I adding some green into it? Yeah, I was. I was going to add some green into this color here, and then I need to add some red, and then I'm going to make brown. Welcome. So the mystics, and there's in Christianity has a lot of mystics in its past, and the mystics have had a very contentious relationship with the church through time, in meaning that oftentimes the Christian mystics, if they stepped out of line, all right, well, once you do that, and I'll try to read it off. And so the Christian mystics oftentimes ended up getting burnt at the stake or imprisoned or something else that happened in the church, simply because they experienced God differently, and differently than how the church allowed. And so there are some people experience God differently, and oftentimes that is and they have a more of an intimate relationship, or they feel God's presence in everything and everywhere, and that's sort of that is and so mystic is not necessarily something that has any doctrinal or dogmatic words attached to it. It's just something that is. It just is. And so there's been lots of mystics through time. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. So this is just a dude that's staring at this. The hermit is a. So you're like a lukewarm Christian. Yeah. Well, I could. Yeah. I've been lukewarm, and I've been Kingdom of Italy. So you have a challenge for me. What's the challenge? To go eat some hot peppers or something like that? Angel. Well, maybe it looks like angel wings, I can see angel, kind of. But I'm giving it kind of a brownish cloak, a brown, every draw. Well, I don't know what hold on. Draw every detail of your flag. I don't have a Lo Scarborough deck right handy here. It has the flag on. I don't really know what your flag looks like. It's 3 colors. Oh, it's just right on your thing. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, all right. Oh, that was a dog barking. I thought maybe the turkeys were out late, like tonight. Anyways, just kind of put this down here, get it some flow, get it to flow down a bit. It could be an angel. It could be. Angels have wings, but the wings in icons and everything. The wings in iconic art and iconic art represent spiritual matters. And that's how, if you like in mythology and in your mythological narratives and your mythological way of thinking, something that has wings on it, it represents a spiritual being, a being that is not, is from, these are the, the numbers are the colors themselves. These are the, this is what the numbers are. It's the, Olivia, welcome. You, yeah. Wycliffe, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, where was I at? Okay. So we got this color over here. You know, I don't know that I used this color before. Yeah. I have not painted with oil because I'm really, really heavily invested in acrylic paints. And so, yeah, I'm very, very I'm invested in acrylic paints, and that's usually what I paint the most of. So, for instance, this here is the last acrylic paint that I finished. It's not actually done yet. I have a little bit more to do on this painting, and I think I'm going to paint in acrylics tomorrow night on Saturday night. And then I need to finish this painting because it has another layer that goes on it. And then I will do something else. But yeah. So let's see, where was I? I think I was at over here with this darker brown, kind of this umber. Just kind of we'll just lay it in here. We don't have to be too exacting here. And a brown robe. Well, thank you. I am so I'm very new to watercolor. I just started. I think this is the third or the fourth time I have painted in watercolors. Yeah, I think this is what this is umber, if I remember from the chart. I'm going to just paint this down here. Then I'm going to paint the staff that the guy is carrying some other color altogether. Like, I don't. So we'll just kind of work on this. Put some different kind of shades in it so that it kind of, maybe it feels like this robe is kind of flowing down and flowing down. Yeah, all right. Yeah, because I would do blue. I don't have any silver colored watercolor paint though, but I can, just for you before you leave, I can go and this is a watercolor pencil, and I can shade the skin just a little bit like silver here, and then we'll add some water down on it, and to get it to, and maybe just a little bit of blue, we'll layer in some different colors, just so it yeah, it's right now, it doesn't look like much right now. I got some other colors. This one is pewter, and maybe lightens it up a bit. It kind of makes it kind of muddy, so I don't really want to make it too muddy. I know it has a gold, so I'll make that beard gold. Where's that gold pencil at? today it was just like yes, sir. Yes, Tom, that was exactly. Well, Becky, you can paint. You absolutely can paint. It just takes some time and some patience. And so it's not painting is not that hard. And because see, Becky, I really just don't draw. Yeah, that's exactly rated. Yes, 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 Mr. Tarot. Well, you know what, Becky? I think you gave up too soon. Because I'll tell you a little secret about writing, about creative work in at all, and creative work is that there. Here's some bronze. Let's do some bronze in here. A little bit of that. I think I'm going to go run it with those blue accents. The most important lesson to learn, Becky, when you are painting or doing any kind of art or anything at all in your life is the need to balance expectation against reality. And there's no this lesson is very, very important to learn on how to balance expectation against reality. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. You have an image in your mind of what you think something is supposed to look like. And then you get all excited and you're going to do this thing, you're going to do this drawing, you're going to do this thing, and you're going to make this thing. But when you try to make it, it doesn't work out. And it doesn't conform to what you saw in your head. I have been painting, Becky, I have been painting since 2016. And but I've been doing other art for longer. So I've been writing. I started writing poetry a long time ago, and it took about probably 20 years before I started to get better at it. So I worked on writing poetry for 20 years before I started getting to a place where I kind of liked what I was doing. And so that's what I'm saying is that sometimes it just takes a long, long, long time for you to be able to realize out of your head to realize. So this hand here doesn't look very good. And so this is, my balancing my expectation to reality thing isn't quite working right now. But it takes a long time to gain a certain level of mediocrity in any art or craft or any of those activities that you engage in. So when you say you tried painting and you failed, it's just you just haven't really been you didn't give it the time. So right now I just covered up this guy's face, and I'm going to have to go back in and put an eyeball in or something like that in over this, in which, the skin, it just covered up everything. And the hand, it doesn't look like a hand. It doesn't look like much of anything right now. But you know what? It's okay, because this is a practice painting, and it's very important to practice your painting. So I I took 2 years of high school art, and this is the only thing I have to show for my 2 years of high school art. So this 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 is it. This is the only thing I have to show for 2 years of high school art. I kept it because it was just so funny, but anyways. And I ruined the guy's face, but it's all right. There are something I can do. Now I'm going to just go back and I'm going to finish this arm over here, and then we'll just do other layers of paint. All right. Where are we at here? We want to do that darker color. Maybe that was working in that umber color. All right. That's where we're at. We're going to be taking that green there, and we'll just mix in a little bit of this red and kind of darken it up a bit. I'm going to put this in here. There is a chain here. Now it's really kind of dark because it's picking up, at this point in time, I'm picking up the graphite. Actually, it's charcoal. The charcoal that in the lines that I used to make the drawing in the first place. And so I, as a person doing sketch work, I have very little confidence in myself at this point in time. But with a little bit of practice, I might be able to get a little bit better. And then, and Becky, have you heard about the 10,000 hour thing? 10,000 hours. So that's about the amount of time it takes to gain mastery of a subject. And this paper is not absorbing the color at all. So 10,000 hours is how long it takes. And I don't think I've approached 10,000 hours yet as a painter. I think I'm kind of close to I know that I did 10,000 hours as a poet writer, because I wrote, I started writing poetry in 1989, and it wasn't until 2010 that I started to feel good about my writing. So just think about that one. Think about that one for a while. Since in the 1990s, that's 30 years, but it was 20, 30 years, and it wasn't writing every day either, but anyways. I kind of like these colors here. The face, I'm not happy with the face. And I put too much color down here, and the color, the paint here is anyway, it's doing what it's doing, and the color, the paper has buckled because it's really, really thin. So the last watercolor painting I did was this one. So I'm going to tell you, this is the very first watercolor painting I did. This is the second watercolor painting I did, and this is the third watercolor painting. The third. But it is not the third painting I have ever done. So I do a lot of painting, like I say, in acrylics. So I'm going to come in with this umber over here. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to put it down here on the bottom. And so if you're there watching in and you can find it in your heart to subscribe to my channel, that would be great. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs as soon as possible, but I do other kinds of content. Painting is not the only kind of content I do here. On Sunday afternoons, I do a talk, which I call my after church talk, because I do go to church on Sundays. I go to a Lutheran church. My mother, who I take care of. I'm her caregiver. I take her to church, and I'm her driver, and I take her to church every Sunday. I haven't been to my Catholic church for a long time. I think I want to do a beard. It's got a silver beard, but I think I need to do a different color altogether. Maybe this color in here. So anyways, just keep on practicing that. Oh, this is that ultramarine blue. I'm gonna put this in here and let it run there. It's got a little bit of this peeking out, coming around there. There we go. There we go. I like that. Oh, 717. That's an angel number. All right. Now the staff. Still, the paper's just a little bit too wet. Okay, we can do that. I think I'm going to make a staff like purple or something like that. I think purple. Let's make this really dynamic. But anyways, I hope that answered anybody's questions. You know, you have to do that. You have to put the time in if you want to learn something. If you just give up too soon, then you never will learn it. And it doesn't just apply to art. It actually applies to every discipline. I mean, because, you know, when you, let's say you're learning how to do math, you really start in at kindergarten. At kindergarten, they start teaching you how to do math, and it takes a long, long, long time to learn, to train your brain to do mathematics. A long, long time. Some people, it takes longer than others, and then there's some people who have like dyscalculia, where the numbers and symbols, it just gets mixed up in their head. And I know this looks like blood, but I'm thinking it's a red staff. It's like fire. And so, like in tarot speak, red and staves, the wands and staves, they mean fire, the element of fire. And so I think that's kind of fitting. I'm going to add another color into it to make it more, maybe some of that bright yellow in it. But let's just dry it up a bit. Oh, we got this red. We might as well just put the red down in here to layer it in. So coming on down there. Yeah, I haven't been painting very long. But I'll show you something here. But I started, when I was a little boy, I started doing photography. So I just been working at, and one of the things about art is that there is an accumulation that you learn one art and you get an eye, and then you can learn other arts as well. So there's a carryover there. I think I want to do, yeah, let's do, oh, I didn't want that. Oh, well, it's happening here. So I'm going to come in and just put some of this yellow down on the red. on the red staff. It's kind of like a Gandalf-like character. You shall not pass. Is that what Gandalf? Yeah, that's what Gandalf said when they were escaping the mines of Moria. Because I read that book, The Lord of the Ring. I read it. I used to read it like every year up until the time that Peter Jackson film came out. I haven't read Lord of the Rings since then. It's almost like that movie just ruined the Lord of the Rings for me. I remember the first time I read it too. Oh, I love how the colors are blending in together here. You see that? That just looks really rich. Yeah. I remember when I first read The Lord of the Rings. I think I was like 16, 17, 18. And with the novels. And I might add some of this into the... And I was working at my father's mill in the summertime. And I just couldn't wait to get off work to read that story. It's just such a exciting story. So we're gonna have to come in over this with a different color, so this red in the robe will sort of blend in with everything else. All right. What do I want to use? This umber, maybe? Yeah. There we go. That's the right color to use. We're almost done here. I'm at the 47-minute mark. Maybe, should I do paper? I haven't done paper mache in a long time. Maybe I should do paper mache tomorrow night. One of the things, types of content that I started doing is having, is coloring the tarot with a guest. And where my guest tells me what colors to use in coloring the tarot. And then we have a nice talk about the card, the card we're drawing and working on, and a nice conversation. Sometimes the conversations really go to different places. I think I've done 1, 2, 3. I've done 3 different people on 4 sessions. And we've gotten technical problems with it as well. It hasn't always been smooth. Eventually, I'll get all the bugs worked out of it. But, you know, when you're trying new things, that is oftentimes what happens, is that bugs get in the system. And, yeah. So, here we go. Let's just put this green down on here. Add it into that red just to see what happens. I really like this band of gold around there. Kind of brings out the... It almost looks like there's plants. It's this living thing. This color, like it's a living thing here. Yeah. What do you think about that? Does it look like a living thing? How the brush strokes are on this? I'm going to make sure I get the paint off the brush. I'm going to go back to this color. This yellow. And I'm going to move this kind of like a band up here. Band of it. Even put it in some other places too. So we got all these different colors just sort of reflected into everything. And all right, how do I do that? Oh, I know how to do that. Is it dry enough that I can do that? Yes, it is. Let's see if we can do this without screwing the whole thing up. All right, we want to put this in here. You add some more light in there, and it just brightens up the whole thing. Okay. So this pocket box kit, a Van Gogh pocket box kit, came with a brush, and I think I got this for just about $20. They go for a lot of different prices, but well, it was well worth it. I'm not being sponsored by them or anything. I don't have any corporate sponsors. I'm too small of a channel to have corporate sponsors. So this, I think, is a black. I think it's that Payne's Gray, I think is what they call it. And it's like the differentiation here with like the fingers, and there we go. And back in here someplace was where his eye was, kind of looking reflective, and then the mouth. So it's not perfect. It does look like a Halloween guy. I'm sorry, it looks like that. It has a bit of a. Anyways, this is what we got. I think it looks pretty cool. I might add a little bit more of that bright yellow in here, just on the lamp, and put it just a little bit more color in it. I'm going to wrap this thing up here within the next 8 minutes, I think. And keep this down to about an hour. And I'm at that hour mark now. So we're going to come in on this yellow. Just add a little bit more yellow onto it. Just a bit more light. That. There we go. Oh, there's right, the chain. I need to draw that in. Oh, I really like how this thing looks. I think it needs just a few extra details. And it has a lot of dynamic, it's got a real dynamic feel to it. I'm going to put this light in here. I think I have around 930 subs. I think that's what I was the last time I checked. Getting close to 1,000. Let's just draw these flames off in here. These yellow light kind of bursting forth. Oh, it's 18 likes. That's a lot of likes. Anyways, maybe we'll come this other way. Yeah. Of course, when you do YouTube, you always expect that you should be getting more subs than you do, because, as like Becky said, she tried painting, but then she says she can't. Well, there's always this feeling like you just can't it just doesn't seem to work out the way you like to. And I have to remind myself all the time about balancing expectations against reality, and not to get upset by maybe an apparent lack of progress. And it's always the same, it goes up. I go up a few subs, then I go back a few subs, and up and back and up and back. Usually, I don't know. Because I think you come in, you log on, you see one form of content, and you like it, but then I put out another video which is totally different than the one you liked, and then you unsub me, and that's how that seesaw thing seems to be going. Because I'm doing a bit of a variety show here. And yeah, so I do not read cards on this channel. I may, well, I'm probably going to start reading cards on another channel, and that channel is not quite open for business yet, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to put this details in here, like the light from the inner lamp is flowing out. I really like this. This has so much energy, just bursting out. It's almost like something I would have dreamed. Something from a dream is what it feels like. If I were to do my own tarot deck, I would make all the people have a blue tinted skin like Hindu gods, like the Hindu gods do, so that it would have a more of an inclusive feel. So it wouldn't be like, oh, this is just representing one people or another people, and it feels like if it was like the Hindu gods, which have blue skin, that it would be more inclusive. And that's just me thinking. I don't know if other people think that way, but I got this paint I need to use up. And I'm going to be back tomorrow night at most likely 9 p.m. 9 p.m. And most likely I'm going to do an acrylic painting because I have a painting I need to finish. And some other practice pieces to do. Or I just might come out and do paper mache because I have not done paper mache in a long time. And I think this painting is done. What do you think? Does it look done to you? We're going to go run I'm going to put my initials down here. I'm going to use this Payne's Gray. I want to thank everybody who came in and commented, and for everyone who pushed the like button, for everybody who went in there and pushed the sub button. So this is 999 Show Art. We're doing art tonight. And there's some buttons here. If you're watching on the replay, please feel free to turn the speed up. I'm going to be doing art tomorrow night too. Sunday afternoon at 12:21 p.m. I'm going to have my after church chat. I'm going to be talking about energy, that apocalyptic energy that sometimes people feel. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I have ideas on that. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thank you, Woods. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Rated R Tarot. Thank you, Early Ritual. Thank you, White Lift. Thank you, Jin. Thank you, Via. Thank you, Kingdom of Italy. Thank you, NF. Thank you, Whack. Thank you, I'm Working Hard. Thank you, Guild account. Thank you, Anonymous YouTuber. Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you, Donovan Bailey. Thank you, Aaron Fried. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Thank you, Silly Guy. Thank you, Supreme. Thank you, Lavender. Thank you, Jorge. And thank everybody else who's watching in tonight. And I'm Bill, just some random guy on the internet, signing off. And I'll see you all tomorrow night at 9:09 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast time, like the same time zone is San Francisco and Seattle. Thank you very much, and we'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.